3 choices. Good morning, Adrial. Good morning, Mark. You already know some of what we wish to convey this day. Shall we begin? Yes, please. It is always a pleasure to hear from you. You, and I address here all humans of Earth, those that read these words and those who do not. You are now in transformation time. There is no question as to whether Earth and her humans will transition. Only the playing out of events remains. At some level of consciousness you realize that these are not ordinary times, and that changes are occurring everywhere and in many aspects of your life. You need only look at the number of sizable earthquakes around the world, increased volcanic activity, unusually large and unseasonable tornadoes, and the energetic ejections from your sun, or the economic and political chaos that continues to engulf many countries. Against this background, each person is presented with 3 choices. 1. Resist or ignore the changes and what is to come. 2. Flow with the changes. 3. Take charge of your own life. Let me explain further. In the first case, are people who are satisfied with their current lives, whether they are comfortable with their circumstances or whether they are unhappy and refuse to look at other ways to live. All are choosing to stay in their zone of comfort. Some are the wealthy and powerful, who believe their possessions and status will see them through the current changes. Others are those who are damaged by substance abuse or other disabling practices or life circumstances and are unwilling or unable to change. Others simply see no alternative to their current lives. It's always been like this, and it always will be. Whether people resist the changes or ignore them, they are choosing to remain in the third dimension. In the second category are those who see the changes about them and choose to go along with whatever comes. Their attitude is one of, I know things are changing, I may not like them but I have faith that I will be taken care of. Or I know changes are occurring in me and my surroundings, I enjoy watching and reading about the changes and the wonderful life ahead of me. I know I will be okay. These have graduated to the fourth dimension. In the third category are those who are taking charge of their own lives and want to stay on the crest of the waves of change. They have a daily discipline to transform themselves into higher levels of vibration, to further their ascension into the fifth dimension. They realize the extent of the changes that are coming and are actively preparing themselves to take full advantage of the wondrous life ahead. They are not waiting for favorable events to sweep them along or some outside force to rescue them. They are taking charge of their own ascension. They know full well that living in the fifth dimension is demanding as well as joyous and happy. To a great extent they are already living in what is to come. For those in the first category we would say that they will most likely remain in the third dimension until Earth's vibrations are such that they can no longer tolerate them. At this point they will leave their bodies. For the second group, they will remain in some level of the fourth dimension, slowly being pushed upward. In time they may ascend to the fifth dimension, if they live long enough and survive the events of the transformation. The third group is already practicing life in the fifth dimension, as changes swirl about them. They see themselves as creators of their lives and as such realize that to create from love they must control every thought, every emotion, every word, and every action in every moment. To this we must add that the events of December 2012 accelerated all aspects of the transformation. The underpinnings of the third dimension were removed. The way to the higher dimensions is now open for all who choose to ascend. Furthermore, time is collapsing, so all has the appearance of happening more rapidly. When anchored, the higher vibrations will transform your carbon-based human body into crystalline form. Along with this are concomitant changes to your brain and all other internal organs. Your mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies will be integrated into a wondrous new entity. Again, it requires the active participation of each individual to accomplish this. We see Earth changing gradually over an extended period as fifth dimension physical forms exceeds the rigidness of the third dimension. We do not see precipitous changes as previously forecast, and continue to be forecast by some, nor do we see changes as occurred at the fall of Atlantis. We do see changes over an extended period. Adrial, this is a big change. Yes, Mark, the events of December 2012 changed many things, most notably the opening of the gates to the multi-dimensions for all in physical form in the cosmos. This is now available to all humans of Earth. The transformation of Earth was the tipping point that all had been awaiting. Can we jump from the third dimension to the fifth dimension? No, it is required that everyone spends some time in the fourth dimension. The human physical, mental and emotional bodies cannot withstand a direct jump from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. Moving an individual from third dimension rigidness directly into the fifth dimension would tear apart their physical bodies as well as their mental and emotional bodies. How do you see technology developing? We see that there will be great leaps in technology as the unlimitedness of the fifth dimension comes into focus. Technologies based in the rigidness of the third dimension will have no place in the new Earth. Technologies that take advantage of the fluidness of the fifth dimension and oneness with Earth will flourish. Your star brothers and sisters stand ready to assist you after the transformation. So, nothing built on the rigid platform of the third dimension will survive? That is correct, nothing of the third dimension will remain once Earth and her humans have embraced the fifth dimension. How long will that take? Measured in your linear time, we foresee that it will require 50 to 100 years. What about the relationships humans have with others that are based on a third dimension foundation? They will not survive. New ways of relating to others, based in love, peace, gratitude, personal power, and oneness are the future. Relationships based on fear, violence, necessity, greed, or status will not survive the transformation into the fifth dimension. I think I am beginning to get it. This requires a shift in my perspective. First I had believed that all would shift in an instant. Now you are telling me it will be gradual. I think the dramatic shift might have been easier. Now let us turn to the wondrous path that awaits all who choose to embrace this transformation. The higher vibrations of the fifth dimension will integrate into the body of each person on Earth who so chooses. When this transformation is completed, your human body will take on many new functions and a whole new reality. Your life will become one of creating, telepathy, clairvoyance, and other higher attributes, plus you will enjoy interacting with all the higher vibration beings in the cosmos. The path before you is extraordinary. It is a path that has never been accomplished before, the resurrection of an entire planet's population from the darkness of third dimension. The path now lies open for all of humanity to ascend to the fifth dimension. This means that all on your planet have the opportunity to lay aside the duality, violence and judgments of the third dimension. Yes, this opportunity is now open to all, and is much easier to ascend than when the stickiness of the third dimension was in full force. It will be a process of the young overcoming the rigidness of their parents. It will be a process spearheaded by light workers and way showers. But it will become a reality and Earth will once again shine with the Christed light, shine like a star with a light of her own, not just reflecting the light of your sun. Earth will become a paradise where many from around the cosmos, physical beings and non-physical, will visit. You, the ascended humans of Earth, will be honored among all in the cosmos for what you have achieved, transforming your physical bodies from third dimension to fifth dimension. And you will easily travel to distant planets and galaxies. Let me explain further. Today all on your planet have experienced the Christed energy. Most are not aware of this magnificent event, but nonetheless it has been accomplished. For those waiting for the return of Jesus, it has been fulfilled and in a most extraordinary way, the Christed light has been placed in the heart of each human of the planet. In turn it has been seated within the heart of the planet. This great feat was accomplished with the collaboration of many from the celestial realm and light workers of your planet. Do not expect a total renewal of your planet and its people instantly, for most are unconscious of this glorious event. Yet the light burns brightly within the hearts of all. Each person sees something in his or her own life changing. Each sees something in their surrounding changing. It is within the hearts of all that the greatest changes are taking place. Look within to see if you are different than before. If you casually look at events as portrayed by your media, you may see few changes. However, if you examine it more closely, you will see that there are changes occurring as truth is emerging, truth of the power and greed of the few versus the needs of the many. Truth of the few who would control the lives of the many. Judgments of the few against the basic human needs of the many. All humans are your brothers and sisters. Each deserves to be treated as such. None are less or greater than the other. None are privileged, although they may consider themselves to be so. Value is not measured by wealth or power. Value is measured by joy, love, happiness, and inner peace. Now, Mark, let us speak about your personal transformation. We see you progressing rapidly on an inner level. It is most interesting to witness the changes in your body and how they are manifesting themselves in the ways in which you present yourself to others. You are indeed showing the way to a higher consciousness by turning inward, and not depending on outside sources for verification of who you are and what is transpiring. This is building your confidence in your personal worth and in your unique journey. We trust that you now see the purpose for which you incarnated on this world at this time. You are a vital part, as are many others, in leading Earth from the darkness in which it has existed for many eons. This does not make you superior to others, only first to walk the path. As we were saying, the events you have seen since December of last year will continue to accelerate for the remainder of this year and beyond. This is the working out of Earth's transformation as well as the transformation of humanity. Do not expect any large display by your star brothers and sisters until much of this has finished. The arrival of off-planet beings of physical form would create too much fear, and fear is not what would contribute to a positive outcome. Rather, they are being held in check, contributing their energies to assist the positive transformation of all. I am Adrial, Celestial of this universe, speaking on behalf of the collective. It has been my pleasure to communicate with you. Blessings. Channeled by Mark Kimmel. www.cosmicparadigm.com